How do they have some fun? Slow down to 350.
Copy.
Alright, good evening fam Bama Rooskies. This is your boy Dre here on a somewhat impromptu late evening here, streaming DCS, just doing some single player here, although I do have this as a multiplayer server should someone want to play and should they be able to find it. So no face cam tonight. Your boy still needs a haircut and all that, and I look like Grizzly Adams with my beard, so we're not doing any face cam tonight, but we are going to do controls cam. So let's see what that looks like before we start. So you guys can at least have this. And what we're doing today, we are going to go ahead and do this mission one step at a time, even though many people can play this mission. Many people can fly this mission. We've flown it before as JTF Mad Dogs. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to do some route deterrence. There's some intel that gives us some checkpoints. We're going to fly the Chinook first and foremost, and then rendezvous at these checkpoints, drop some troops off, get some JTACs in there, and then we can potentially go back with an Apache, clean little things up, and or come with a fixed wing. So we're going to be like a one-stop shop today, y'all. Let's get on the bird first, and let's stop the music. Let me know if any of the... I really have my stuff mixed for American Truck Simulator and Microsoft Flight Simulator. As far as the volumes are concerned, DCS can be a little bit erratic, so let me know if you guys can't hear anything. So first and foremost here, let's look in the rear. Okay, we don't have our gunner back there, so let's get the APU power on and rearm this thing and get some troops on here. So let's start up here with the battery. And we'll go and get the APU on right away. We're going to leave it here in this run position for at least 5 seconds. And then we'll push it forward here to the start. Hold it for 2 seconds. 1,000, 1,000. You're going to hear the APU wind up. There's 2 seconds for sure. And once we get a green ready light, or APU light up there, we're good to go. And you can hear the whine, and it says APU ready. So with that being said, that sounds good. Let's go ahead and put on our APU generator. And we've got plenty of power here on this wonderful Chinook. Now that that's happening, let's get some troops loaded up. But in order to do that, we can't open the gate up just yet. We're going to have to put these hydraulic power transfers on in order to actuate the back gate, lift gate back there. So let's get that down so we can get some troops on and get that all the way down. And then we'll get it back up and we'll turn those actuators off. Let's go ahead and get a standard. We're going to drop JT off. We're going to drop a JTAC off in an area where we need to meet up with some other Humvees quick. So let's go to ground queue here. Let's rearm and refuel. So we'll take, we'll take this 260 here. That's fine.
Request rearming. Copy.
Okay, we got a copy. Now let's additionally go ahead and put our troops on. So what we're going to select is this load Mad Dog platoon. This is only for a Chinook or an Mi-8 to carry due to size, so we're going to carry it. Cass, man, what's up, bro? Jump in, Cass. I'm in my own private server. Just look for Mad Dogs. And I believe the password will be 4321 if you want to jump in, if you're available, Cass. Good to see you, my G.
Rearming complete.
Alright, so we loaded those troops up. Let me just check on board. I got to talking to Cass. I'm not quite sure if I... let's check cargo. 24 troops on board. Total weight. Boom. Got it. Okay, so those are the troops that we have on board now, guys. Let's get the helicopter ready for transit. And the first place we're going to is to, like I said, meet up with some Humvees, get a package. We'll keep the troops on board. We'll depart from there and go to our first waypoint and start getting busy. So let's do this. All right, first and foremost, we're going to want to put the system selects to both. We're also going to come here to power, and we're going to turn both our IGIs on, or EGIs. This is a form of navigation that's used by some military aircraft. We'll get our RW on and our countermeasures. I'm not even sure if I have countermeasures set up for this thing. All right, it's getting interesting. I just adjusted my track IR camera, so let's check power one more time. On, that's good. Let's go over here now to the flight plan, and then that'll be the flight plan. Now, we're going to go ahead and start the engine and get some things going here, and we'll get rid of all these, and then we'll set up, actually, let's set up our flight plan now. We'll put the main overlay here, but let's get the engine started first. Let's do that. Bet I can't fly rotorcraft, but if you need, yeah, there's F-18s in here, Cass. There's F-18s, and I'm about to start dropping JTACs. So let me know if you can find the server. Okay, so first what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our fuel pumps aft and forward, left side, aft and forward, right side, and we're also gonna make the crossfeed happen. We're gonna turn on our boost power there, and we're gonna start the right engine first. So we're gonna put the handle into the ground, and we're gonna hold for the right. We're going to hold it right until we get 14 on the NG. That's fuel being introduced into the turbine there. We'll release at 16. And it's coming up. Okay, roger that, Cass. Hopefully you can find the server, my G. And then we'll probably have to get on Discord or something. Start checking our rudder pedals there. Okay, rudder pedal check good. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and start the left engine. Let's put the handle into the center position and actuate the three-way toggle for the left engine to start. 14, we're releasing at 16, and 16 engines coming up. Hey, what's up, Doc? Good to see you, my G. Good to see you, fam bamers. Hope you're doing well. Like I told Cass, man, I'm on my own personal server on my machine. If you want to jump in, look for Mad Dogs as a server. Password's 4321 for anybody interested. Alright, we're going to check the engines here are all stable. NR will come up, which is the full power once we put it in flight mode. And then this will come up, and this will be in the green. APU's still on, so let's go ahead and bring that right engine forward. Left engine forward. Now you're going to check your engine display. Everything is green. And amps look good, so let's go ahead and get the main generator on, second generator on, APU generator off, and the APU off. Now we can turn these power transfers off. And let's get the back lift gate up. Oh, we can't because we got somebody back there. Check it out. I'm trying to lift it up. My man is back there. There he is. A man waiting to do. Hey guys, let's go ahead and finish our setup so we can get out of here. We're going to go ahead and turn the map on. And we're going to turn the flight plan on. And we're going to show the IDS. That's going to come off. I'm going to increase the range on this so that we can see the whole flight plan there. And then I'm going to come over here as well, put it on my primary flight display. Boom, there we go. Only servers I'm seeing are Monies and Proctus. Nomad. Okay, so unfortunately, you guys aren't going to see it, I guess, because it's a Mad Dogs server. So you know, let me see if I hit escape if it'll show it. I guess it won't show it. Let's resume. Anyway, yeah, sorry guys, if it doesn't show up, then it's probably not going to show up for you, and I don't know why DCS does that. Some updates, I could put something up, people can see the server. Other updates they can't. So that's, sorry about that guys, but I'm gonna get going here because I got a limited amount of time I can stream. ¿Qué onda, papá? Hace un tiempo que no hemos hablado, papá. Ojalá todo que está bien. It's James Johnson's in the house, man. Good to see you, fam. Alright guys, let's get to this first location first. We're gonna come on up. Alright, let's go ahead and start getting out of here nice and easy. You don't want to go too fast. Command doesn't want a big dust storm here, so we're going to ease out of here nice and slow in this here Chinook today. A little bit of left pedal in. Alright, we're going to reduce a little bit of our collective there, pitch forward here with our cyclic, and off we go. Okay, so first area, like I said, we're going to is to meet up with some Humvees and get a package. So we're going to be flying in between some buildings here. Alright, let's go ahead and start making our initial approach here. Now the Chinook is one helicopter that gives me a hard time slowing it down and speeding it up. For any of those hook flyers, those cargo bob flyers, you know what I'm talking about. So we're going to slow it down now so that we're doing about 110 knots an hour. So we're going to slow her down now. Okay, now, yeah, we're at about 110 now. So back on the collective, pitch up, cyclic up a little bit, or relax the cyclic. We'll start slowing that down. And we want to reduce some altitude now as well. Alright, so we're coming in nice and slow. And we're kind of high. So I'm going to use a little turn pattern here just to have us get some altitude down. Ever so slightly. Now, when we start getting into where we're dropping troops, I'm gonna have to really be patient, because this is not a helicopter that I'm really comfortable with landing fast and getting out of there, because it's a crapshoot in terms of your distribution of power and trying to descend and get in there fast enough. I haven't mastered it with this helicopter yet, but we'll see how we do today. Okay, so all we simply did is a maneuver to reduce some altitude before we go into these buildings. Okay, now we're ready to make our approach. And then after this, it's going to be all crazy. Retired firefighters in the house. Good to see you, my G. Good to see you. All right. Hopefully we get this right. Y mi familia está bien, James Johnson. Gracias por preguntarme. ¿Cómo está tu familia, papá? Yo sé que no estás casado, pero tu familia, ¿cómo anda? Okay. We're gonna make sure we clear all buildings, because we're gonna have to cut through 2 buildings right here. So I'm managing that power. Again, I'm sure there are Chinook pilots that can do this a lot faster than me, but this isn't a bird I fly all the time, so we're going to start making our turn right here to this building. Alright, we got to snake right to this building here. Alright, here we go, guys. Let's get ready for landing. Okay, we snake to the buildings. Alright, I can see the touchdown zone. Woo. Losing a little altitude here. Again, it's been a minute since I've flown the Chinook, so I'm just being very cautious. I know how she flies. There's a very fine play with the Chinook's power. You guys know what I'm talking about. All right, let's get into position here. All right, woo, we are down. Yeah, roger that, dog. For real. For real. Good to see everybody. We made it down here on the spot. Let's look and see what we had to navigate. So Doc knows what I'm talking about, man. This thing is just a beast when it comes to power. You got to manage your power. At any rate, here we are. We definitely have made it to the location. We're going to go pick up our package that we need to have on board, and then we're out with the intel to these various different locations. Let's see if we can locate these Humvees out here. If I can remember, let's see, is it, okay, it's not F7. Let's go here. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's come here. We should be able to ride with some Humvees that are on our way. We just have to find them. Okay, where are we? Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's the Humvees. I believe it's F4 to get on them. There we go. So these are the Humvees that are coming to meet us. So, hey, retired firefighter says, great job, I appreciate you. So we're on a Humvee now. There's Humvees behind us. I love how the cars go through them. That's beautiful. All right, so we should be seeing the Humvees here shortly. Let's go ahead and get a better view here. So basically what's going on here in this fictional environment, right? Enemy rebel forces have essentially started landing watercraft and putting troops in certain places in this unstable region as it is. And so we have a joint task force here to continue stabilization in this area, this region, particularly this city, this basic region. And so that's what we're doing. Here come the Humvees. Bird's eye view here. So there they go, the Humvees. We're going to get our package, and then it's going to be go time, guys. Okay, there's the troops. You can see them marching over here. All right, so come on, guys. Let's get out and go get the package from them. So let's get down to our POV here. There we go. All right, guys, we're gonna get the package from you, man, before we get into combat. These guys look official too. All right, man, there you go. We got the package. Let's get to the chopper. All right, y'all, let's blow this popsicle stand. It's time to get in combat, so let's activate our troops. Boom, let's get our gunners ready to rock, y'all. It's about to get hype up in here. All right, let's roll. Boom. you silly dog. You know I got a clown. All right, let's roll up out of here. Okay, we're gonna come to the left. We're gonna come out through this building this time.
Radar. 3 o'clock. Searching. Radar. 3 o'clock. Searching. Radar. 5 o'clock. Searching. Radar. 5 o'clock.
All right, y'all, let's rock. Let's get into it. It's probably going to be, I don't know, how many minutes flight time here. All right, on the way we go, guys. Now, of the LZ, we are going to make orbits around the LZ. We are anticipating, for sure, enemy contact. Nope, but I'm going to. That's a must. I am definitely getting a 130, Doc, and then we can do share cockpit, man. That'll be nice. We can run our flows. That'll be some good Mad Dog training there. All right, guys, up and at 'em. We're rocking about 146 knots. Definitely cooking with Crisco here. Guys, give me a second here and I'll read the comments.
Radar. 6 o'clock. Searching. Radar.
I promise you I will.
Radar. 6 o'clock. Searching.
Yeah, roger that. Hey, that's what we're gonna roll. We'll be rolling 5 C-130s, dog. I'm for sure getting it. 100%. 100%. Long time in the coming. Guys, this Chinook was the last helicopter I flew on in the military. And it was in Iraq. This thing's a beast. All right, so to be ready to go to drop these troops, let's get our CTLD situation all pulled up. That way we land, we hit F1, we get them out. All right, guys, we're almost to the intersection. I got it visual. All right, everybody stay frosty, here we go. Don't say I didn't tell you guys so. All right, I'm gonna start slowing the speed up. Okay, we're taking fire. Blue in the house, man. What is up, my G? Good to see you, fam. Bam Rooski. Good to see you, fam. Love what you've been doing. All right, they rocking, boys. They rocking, boys. Woo! All right. Okay, let's straighten out here. Let's let that back gunner get some work in. All right, we coming around. Coming around, fam bammers. Here we go. All right, I'm channeling Doc's skills here. All right, nice little slip. Let's get a visual. They rocking, boy. They rocking. They rocking, boy. All right. Let's make a right orbit, nice slow one, and we'll go right in the center of that circle. I'm going to keep it so the gunners can get them, though. Woo! You can see them rounds flying off. That's dope. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to make a right orbit down in the center. Down we go. Okay, still taking fire. All right, let's get ready to set her down. Woo! Little right pedal here. Add some power. All right. Trying to let the gunners have some fun there. All right, let's bring it in nice and slow. On the way down. Get some love. All right. All right, let's move and descend. Move and descend. Woo! This boy's gonna be out of ammo. Light them up, boys. All right, there go one down there. Woo. All right, we out of ammo or what? Yeah, we pretty much done. All right, let's go ahead and land this thing. I don't think I'm gonna make the circle. Ooh, we got to get out of here before we get slacked. Try not to crash this, y'all, but I'm gonna try to come down a little faster. This thing with the power management is crazy on the Chinook. Can't let it get too much out of balance here. Man, we are just getting lit up. Let's get these guys off. Come on. Come on, Chinook. Because if you let it go too, there we go. That guy's rocking. Come on, baby. Come on. I need to practice more on this thing, man, but I'm just making sure we don't crash. All right. And that's what I'm talking about. I need to be able to set this thing down a whole lot faster. Boom, we get lit up. One. All right, troops are out. Let's get out of here. All right, we're still taking contact. We're probably gonna have to get a new whip. Okay, guys down. They should be engaging. Okay, we got JTAC. I know we got our butts handed to us on this one. All right, let's go. I'm not the best Chinook pilot, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Man, that was crazy. Hey, JTAC, cool. Once we land, we're going to definitely try and assess the damage on this bird. But I am going to need to drop at least one more JTAC back off. At least another part of the city. I don't know how much more damage we can take on this thing though. So the idea is, since I'm pretty much doing this by myself. Right. You right, man. You right, Doc. It's too bad you guys can't see the server, man. Because I did put it for a multiplayer server, but it's probably a firewall issue or something. It's just mad dogs. Excuse me. Alright, so what I'm doing now, I'm pulling the power back on this thing. Let's reduce speed here. And it's not on the JTF Mad Dog server, it's on my personal machine. I don't know how to change the mission on there anymore. Hey, what up, Spawning Man? Good to see you, fam. Now what we could do, guys, we could literally get in an Apache and just drop JTAC off. Because I think I can. I looked map region and didn't see it. Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I know. It's just probably can't be seen on the server. And I don't know how to change it on ours. And I don't have the Hornet mod that you guys have been flying, so I can't even join our server. Alright, let's come around, prepare for our approach. We're back at the FARP. We're gonna bring her in next to one of these trusty Hemmets. See, this is what I gotta do with the other approach because this thing is so sensitive on the power. I should be coming in like this low. Maybe not this low, I'm about to hit those barriers. But this is kind of where you want this thing. Alright, let's come in. Get next to one of these Hemmets. To me, this is definitely one more of the difficult helicopters to fly. For sure. I'll take the Huey over this. Matter of fact, we might even just take the Huey over there. All right, we're down, guys. Woo. Alright, let's go and assess the damage on this thing. before we do anything else. Look at that. Look at those holes. This guy's still alive. I think this side got it worse. Now what I like to do is check the cockpit. Flight deck area. Look at that. Look at that. Holes everywhere. Alright. Tell you what we're going to do. Let me see what different kinds of... let's get out of here really quick. Let's see what different kinds of... not the fuel tank, right? I think we're going to take a Huey next run here. Get the AP on. Okay, APU generator on, generator 2 off, generator 1 off, and let's go ahead and bounce these back. Alright, get rid of some of that noise, fam bammers, so that we can 100% figure out what we got going on here, y'all. Alright. Let's see what different types of CTLD we can bring. Let's see. Troop transport. See, load JTAC solo. So that's like dangerous. Man pads, Kiowa team, mortars. But we're still going to do the JTAC solo because we're gangsters. So let's go ahead and pick a slot here. Let's get these out of your way for a hot minute. Okay. Alright, everything off here. We're done with this bird. Let's say bye to our Chinook. Hey, yo, man. You did us good, man. You did us good. Alright, let's select a roll. And, anything we use here is risky. I'm pretty good with the Huey. And the Huey's pretty quick, so... Barp Huey. Okay, let's do this one here. All right. Just checking something here. My kids is on the way home. Let's get rid of this thing. He's on the way home from work, so I'm gonna have to open the door here for a little bit. All right. Anyway, how about we get this music off? But first, let us... I don't think we need to rearm and refuel, so that's good. So let's go return fire and return fire. Let's Those are our door gunners. And I think we got rockets on this thing, man. Oh yeah, we're gonna be gangster with this one. Alright. Let's do this. Let us load this JTAC solo one so we can get another JTAC out there. C-T-L-D, troop transport, JTAC solo. Alright. Let's close these doors up, y'all. Okay, guys, we'll start that jam again. Let's get rid of this. There's going to be a minute here. I'm going to be jumping off really quick. I'll have to land so I can let her in, man. All right, doors are closed. That is all good to go. Now let's do a few things before we turn this on. We're going to get this onto the ESS bus, and this must go onto the AC phase. Battery must come on. Let's get rid of that racket. Okay, can get rid of that. And let's see here. Come on, track IR. We'll go fuel pump on. And let's crack the throttle here. Slide back here. I gotta crack it open. Okay, there we go. Alright, we should get a start now. Let's come up here. We are gonna be looking here at our producer. Once the producer gets past about 12, it should take over on its own. Producer's at 10. Producer's at 12. Okay. Okay, we got a good thing here. Lechon, lechon. Now, chévere. Hit right. That would be dope, James. That would be dope. Photogrammetry with this sim? That'd be nice. Okay, we got a good start. Hydraulics on. Force trim on. And let's get our norm. Boom, boom. There we go. Now we need to make sure the heading is matched up. So we're going to come to this guy here, and it is. Or you know what? It needs power first. That's what's wrong. That is what's wrong. Let's go standby generator. Let's go main gen on. Should be a dust cover for this. And we're going to go inverter on main. And let's see here. We'll go this green here. Okay. Then on top of that, let's set our rockets to 1. Put this switch up. Arm that. And let's get our countermeasures going here. There we go. Arm that. I think we're good to go here. Boom. Hydraulics, force trim, IFF. We don't have anybody here to talk on radio, so we're good there. And then to get rid of that light up on the dash, we'll hit reset. Now we need to come here and fix up our heading. Alright, there we go. Okay, bet. Alright. That was a rough takeoff, but we did it. There we go. Alright. Now this one, there's no nav, no nothing, so we just basically got to find the route, get on the route. We should be like this way, we'll find the road. Alright, we're switching birds, so I think we're pretty high on the torque there. Let's get it pitched, let's get it trimmed. Alright, I retrimmed it. Hopefully that works. Getting a lot of play here though. Yeah! Super easy to fly, Doc. Where's our J-tag? It's not putting anything down. We're gonna kinda go to the same intersection here. Guys, I haven't flown some of these helicopters for a while. Okay, this looks like the intersection. And then we're going to take this road. Okay, we're gonna make a right turn here. Now, if we take any fire, it's gonna be a different story. I got rockets now. Okay, we're gonna follow the road. Alright, let's see what we got, y'all. This should be one of the checkpoints, this little roundabout here. So let's see exactly what's popping. Okay, nothing. I want to set the J-tag somewhere where there's action so we can get some target information. What I'll probably do, my daughter gets here in a minute, I'm going to pause it and put you guys on the be right back screen with some music. So I can let the door open first, she's almost here. Okay, this might be the other checkpoint. I don't want to just start shooting rockets. But I'm anticipating this is the area. Okay, let's look for dismounts down there. According to the intel, there should be some around here. I got a viz on them. I got a viz. Let's do a left orbit. We're taking fire. There we go. right, here we go, guys. We're gonna get some rockets on them. Get a little more altitude here. All right. We're going to pause it right there. And let's get you guys some music quick. And let me put you guys in the be right back screen. I'll be right back and let my daughter in. Give me 1 second. Be right back. Okay, I'm back, guys. We're gonna keep rocking with it. We're paused right now, so I got my daughter in, and something is wrong with her car. So we'll see how much more we stream. I don't have to look at it, but let's keep going. Let us continue. All right, here we go. Let me make sure I'm in my seat. Everything's all legit. It's been a day. It's been a day, folks. All right, here we go. Let's see. Okay, that looks good. All right, here we go. Back in the action. All right, we'll probably have a few more rockets, so let's turn around. And after we turn around, we'll try to stop and get the JTAC dropped off. See if we can see where the dismounts are at. Pop them. There we go. Alright, we're going to drop the JTAC right there. Try to sneak them right in here. Give them some type of cover. See if we can get this thing on the ground correctly. I think I trimmed it back too much. All right, let's do it, guys. We got this. Right. 10. 2. Unload. We're out of here. JTAC drop. Alright, retrim. I should have did a trim reset when we're done. We're all beat up. I didn't do any JTAC work in the Army at all. Not at all, my G. Nor did I know any JTACs personally. Okay, Rob today, he said he got voice. Yeah, you know what? I have voice attack too, but I think it's on my other computer. I need to get it here. Doc, you're gonna have to walk me back through getting voice attack, man, because I definitely need that again. I need that in my life. Alright, so let's bring this thing back in. See what else we're gonna get. Quite sure about that, Doc. I'm not sure if it's just the rotors that, the blades that pitch like normal, or if the mass actually does some pitching too. Who knows, man? That's a good question. She gets really shaky once you start getting into ground effects. Gotta put a lot of left rudder in. I haven't flown these for a while. I'm just jumping in DCS flying with you. So at the same time that I'm flying for you guys, I'm remembering how to fly these aircraft. Oh, we're dead. We're dead. Ooh, I saved it. I saved it. We went into VRS. I saved it. Ooh. You guys see that? We went into VRS. Let's do a little orbit here. That was scary. VRS is for real. Oh, I see on the F2. Okay, let's try to... What happened was our rate of descent exceeded the power available for the blades to keep lift. So that was my fault. It's called VRS. So luckily I was able to pitch forward. Was there? Did you pucker up, Doc? I think I might have took some damage, man. She flying extra right. Okay, let's try to do an orbit here. So I'm trying to descend. Let's descend with a little speed here. Hey, Kronos is the expert on this one. Okay, see, there's where I would have got VRS, but I had the power at the right area. Here we go. Here's our approach. We're going to land at the middle HEMIT. All right. Woo. But let me see. I appreciate that, James. You're the man. You are the man. All right, so we're right by the HEMIT. Perfect. This one is easy to kill. Watch this. Boom. Engine's gonna shut off. What'd I tell you? Door handle somewhere back here. There it goes. I just saw it somewhere. There we go. Bye, y'all. Woo, look at the damage on this bad boy. Rocket packets empty. Holes everywhere. Alright, so let's see if our JTACs are doing something. Okay, we got a good JTAC over there. We got that going on for us. Alright, so let us select a roll here. And let's see. Apache, Chinook. Okay, let's go up. Let's do Bandar. I want the Bandar Hawk. We need, let's see, where's the units here? A10. There should be some at Roswell. Okay, here it is. Boom. Let's do this. All right, let's let this load in really quick. Let's see what we got on board. Mavericks. Cool. Let's make sure we got... Okay, boom, boom, boom. I don't know why we have ECM, but we do. Okay, cool. All right, let's go see if we can find something using our helmet and our JTACs. Let's go battery on. I'm gonna go inverter. We're gonna do the APU gen. Come on. Come on, Trigger. Don't fail me now. I think it's so hard to see. All right, looking for 100% here. I don't know why my Sapphire is stripping. Let's reset it here. There we go. Much better. Ish. CDU, EGI on. Let's go with the KickU, JTARS, IFCC. Let's immediately engage the pre-flight bit test. Let's get our monitors on. Let's also get our stabilators on for pitch and yaw. Do our lamp test. Lamp test looks good. Now what we're going to do, there's a pinky switch here. We need to put it aft. Let me see. I wonder...
Pull up, pull up.
I'll have to see what my pinky switch is set.
Altitude, altitude.
Alright, so we can get rid of this. And then we can go down and exit that. And then we can come up on the IFCC. Let's acknowledge this DMS inventory message and let's load all. Boom. Meantime, let's check our oxygen supply here. Oxygen test. We're going to see that needle moving all the way to 0. We should get a warning sign up there. Master caution. Perfect. Get rid of that. Everything is back here from the data cartridge. CDU. Now we can see the alignment. Alright. We'll get an engine starting up here soon. Trying to remember what I set for the pinky switch. Okay, that's the lights. Turning off. Okay. Let's adjust the controls here. Let's see. Let's see. Landing gear. Okay, let's say right here, pinky switch aft, forward. Okay, cool. Center, aft. Okay, so it's this button. Cool, cool, cool. I wonder if it only works. Let me see. Because I should be able to... Okay, it does work. Boom. I used to be able to see that pinky switch. That was when I was tripping. Okay, we're still not timed out. Let's get the radios on. Even though there's no radio, but I don't want to not do it because this is part of my flows. So we're getting all the radio. We'll put transmit receive. We won't put it into guard. We'll leave the ejection seat the way it is. And anti-skid on. Once we get the engine started in hydraulic power, that'll change. Okay, let's go ahead and set up our countermeasures here. Let's get this to the semi. Boom, 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 and boom. Alright, so now if we want to change a program, we're in program alpha. We're going to make it so 2 flares come out. The cycle is going to be 0.75, which is 3/4 of a second, and we'll keep that to 10. So we're going to hit return and return. Now our program alpha is good to go, and you can see up here, this is alpha up here, that we'll be rocking with. Yeah, you ain't lying. We're about to see if we can get some good targets utilizing our outstanding JTAC. You guys can see now INS nav is ready, so we're going to click it into the nav mode. We're going to come down here to Iggy steer point. Then, of course, we need to come down here to our CDU inputs, and we want to be on a steer point, and we want to go on the flight plan. And that's what we're doing. Let's see, first 60. Okay, there we go. Good start. All right, here we go. Yeah, you're right. That's why the front landing gear is offset. They did build it around the cannon, but you can see that's why the landing gear isn't centered. It's to the right. It's offset landing strut. Okay, let's get left engine on. Introduce fuel. Okay, we got movement, RPMs coming up. You can also physically look at the engine. Gonna wait for number 1 to come all the way up. One is stabilized, master caution extinguished, and time to jump in the fuel for number 2. Power lever or fuel. Got good rotation. Pressure's coming up. Engine's rotating. For that drop, there it is. 2 good engines. APU generator off. APU off. There's this button down here called E8C. We're going to take that, and we are pretty much ready to go. We're going to set the flaps for flaps 15. Taxi lights on. Okay, you're gonna look right in here. You're gonna see that steering come on. Boom, steering engaged. All right, let's get Chief to move the wheel blocks.
Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Copy. Wheel chocks are now removed.
All right, here we go. Okay, taxi light is on. Last thing we got to do, guys, is we need to set the trims for takeoff. Trims are set for takeoff. Flaps are set. Landing lights on. Flight controls have been checked. APU is off. We'll get our HMD on in the air since we don't have to align it on this bird. All right, let's rock. Okay, fuel. We got 11,000 pounds of fuel. We're doing good here. Okay, runway that way is clear. And Razakamal on Sierra, A10x1 back taxi runway 34 will be departing out to the west. Razakamal entering runway 34. All right, landing lights on. Runway clear. Runway clear. Yeah, roger that, Doc. Roger that. I always taxi with my canopy down. Hey, baby. I always taxi with my canopy up until I get to the turnaround. If you watch The Real Hog, that's what they do as well. But thank you, sir. Just another mad dog looking out for a fellow mad dog. That's all that is. Look at that thing. Let's get this done, folks, and that'll be it for me today. Spend some time with my lovely daughter. Love you, mamas. Once we get done with this sorter. Roger that, Doc. You good, my G. We'll get her done in the turnaround. How about that? Make sure Doc is straight. We got the canopy down and the emergency seat, ejection seat handle armed. So long back taxi, fam bammers. Alright, here we are, the turnaround buckle. There's the canopy from my G. Fun fact, A10 has the same engines as the CRJ. You guys like that fun fact? Alright, let's go pitot on. Accurate, and let's check our brakes. Okay, brakes are coming up. Razak Kamala A10x1, runway 34 lining up, BD departure. Brakes look good on both sides. My controls checks look good. Laser on, TGP on, lined up. Airspeed live, 50 knots, rudder authority. For 150. And there's 150. Let's rotate. Gear up. Flaps up. HOTAS, boom. Okay, you guys can see we got our wedding cake there. Even though we're not going exactly there, we're gonna get in the area. One thing that we will need to do, we're gonna have to come here. And we're going to go to missile, and we're going to turn our EO timer on. That'll allow us to use our Mavericks. We don't need a whole lot of altitude. We don't need to fly super high, so let's trim it down. Alright, autopilot's connected. So we can go out and look at this beast. Few bombs off Mama, and then we're out there. Look at that. That's a mad dog. Defense machine right there, when we say. Alright, we are gonna go dark now. It's this little switch right here, you're gonna see it go forward, boom, lights are off. Now if you come back outside, it's all dark. Okay guys, we're gonna kind of go a little bit more on the coast so I can get visual references. Roger that, my G. Same here. I'm tired. Same here, fan lovers. Go ahead and turn on our HMD. HMD is on. Okay guys, let's go ahead and go master armor and come back on. When we come back, since it's right here, we're going to land at this airport so I can not have to fly all the way back. This is Dubai International. So we'll do a couple situations here and come and touch down and call it. My time is almost up, fam. Bambooskas. So let's go ahead and select our Mavericks. And the whole goal with the JTAGs is to take some visual action. I'll let you guys know when we're over the far. Hopefully the JTAGs are still doing their thing over here. Okay, we're starting to get close. Still no sign of smoke. Let's see. F10, 2, F2, 1, F4. We're still a ways out, so about another minute or so we'll be on target. Okay, let's go ahead and get our screen switched over here. So I'm going to use Throttle, pull up the Maverick screen. Pull up our targeting quad here. So now what I'm going to do, guys, in order to, let's get a little altitude here, in order to utilize our HMD, I've just made it our sensor of interest so that we can find some of these visual targets. Looking out there, we got a SA6, but that's out of that island out there, so we're not in the range of it. If we are, we'll do accordingly. And just because we have an ECM, watch the standby air, we're going to hold it down. Now it's operation. See it flashing? That means our jammer is operating, so if there is anything, although we're emitting more of a signal here, it's also confusing it. So let's start taking a look at this one. Hey, there's the FARP right there. The FARP is right here. Now the beautiful thing is, if we see anything here, we can immediately identify it and get some targets on it. Okay, I got red smoke ahead. We're going to get some altitude. We can do a gun run. Here's the test. We're back up. Center of interest up top. Let's get the red smoke. quite yet. We're gonna see if we can get bullets right on it. And we're gonna fly low.
Pull up, pull up.
I gotta, oh, you know what? I think it's off to the side. There's my reticle. Okay, watch this, guys. We're gonna put a Maverick on this. I've selected our HMD as our sensor of interest. We're gonna slow the speed down. And TMS up right there. Booyah. Might have to take this thing back into standby. There we go. That was my fault. I was using commands for the F-16. Okay, so let's go out and we'll get a missile on this. So let's see. Let's switch to polarity. Boom. There we go. Coming around, folks. All right. Let's see what we get here. Missile away. Rifle. All right, speed looking good. Let's bring our nose up. Kind of fly off of it and see if we get some good information from this JTAC. Hopefully it doesn't hit the bridge, which it may, but that's just where the camera's at. Okay, it did hit the bridge. It didn't hit it. Okay. Got some infantry destroyed, so it did get it. What happens to our others in attack? Let's see, do I have any rockets on this thing? No rockets whatsoever. I'll tell you what we can do though. Take care of them all, and then go land, and we'll be done. Alright, so we're going to do one run. We're going to auto laze on. And laze this thing for 10 seconds. 1,000 feet. Save that. Boom. Okay, there we go. Boom. One last bomb off here, guys, and then we're out of here. Alright. I'm like, where did my bomb line go? What is this? There we go. I don't know why I did that. Alright. Let's get on this bomb. And then let's go land. Drop these bad boys and off to Dubai International. We got 10 seconds for bomb drop. I'm gonna kill civilians, but hey, we gotta get this done. Oh, look, no civilians killed. You guys see that? You guys see that performance? Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go land, y'all. So I can go spend some time with my baby. So it didn't even drop in pairs. That's okay. Let's get ready for landing. Turn the TGP off. Now, if we want to figure out what runways, we can go function and 2. Let's see. And we'll go divert. By international. Boom. Okay, we got the airport in sight. Let's get ready to land. We're just like a long right base. We got runway 30 ILS, but we're gonna land. Looks like about runway 13. Speed is bleeding, almost on the ground. I want to say I appreciate everybody. Be all you can be. Great job. I appreciate you. For you guys hanging out tonight. A little impromptu stream. A little bit of a rough day. But this here can make it all worth it. Alright guys, we're going all lights on. Landing lights on. Gears coming down. Let's get these brakes out. First stage of flaps. We're pretty heavy, so maybe we might finally land flaps 2. Okay, gears down. Let's go. Second stage of flaps. We're a little heavy. We want to land as slow as possible. Okay, runways in sight. Turn our HMD off. We're going to land on the right runway and exit right. Feet on rudder pedal. Final approach. Turn to final. Hope everybody has a good rest of their week. Tomorrow's Friday. Some more brakes in there. Slightly fast.
Altitude, altitude.
Check. Still up. Nose still up. Nose still up. And down. Alright, folks. Get a little back taxi here. Actually, we don't need to. We can exit right here. Alright. And welcome back, guys. Well, not welcome back, but welcome to Dubai International. Laps up, landing light on. Alright, we're going to park down here with the big boys. Get the brakes down. APU start. APU's almost to 100%. APU's at 100. Alright, y'all, we're going to park over here right by these big planes and call it. Nice butter in the 810, I appreciate it. Take care of my brother, you have a blessed day as well. We'll see, James, cuando hago otro stream. Days are hectic these days, but we'll see what happens, my G. Once again, guys, man, thanks for hanging out with your boy. It's been real. Go ahead and shut one of these engines off. All right.
Chief, place the wheel chocks.
All right, Chief's placing the wheel chocks, my G.
Copy. Wheel chocks are now in place.
All right, y'all. All right, we extending the steps. As you can see, we can get out the aircraft now, man. It's been real, guys. I hope each and every one of you has a good evening, and we'll see you next time here on the Dre Sanchez YouTube channel, my G's. And hopefully we get to fly with the Mad Dog soon. Hopefully. All right, there we go, my G's. Bam, bam, militia. Take care, y'all.